Well, we really, I mean, just see each other on set, you know, and we got, you know, so bloody lucky. Obviously, David has regular actors who are just some of the best in the world, and he's obviously worked with Bob a number of times and made fantastic films, you know, Silver Lining Playbook and American Hustle, and then you know, thank God, Bob agreed to come and play General Dillenbeck for us on this. Was on the set of American Hustle, wasn't it? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I only shot for one day, and so it was a big scene, and we were at a table, and what else?
Well, the thing that I remember about it, other than just really enjoying the day, and I had to be silent most of the day, and I love those days where you get to be silent and just think things. But I do remember walking in all my, I don't know what we want to call it, largeness. I do remember that David said, "Hey, Bob, you know, here's Bradley, and you know him, and here's Amy," and then you went, as he tells it anyway, he said, "And who's that bloke that you just introduced?" And then David went, "That's Christian." You went, "No, what?"
I didn't recognize you, yeah.
Stay away from that. That's bad. That's trouble.
Irving, please.
That's trouble.
Who's this guy? Who are you? Huh? What are you, a farmer?
Well, you know, when I'm working on something, it's fun to do once I get into it. Otherwise, I'm not doing very much other than reading the paper, watching the news, getting upset about it, and doing a lot of personal family stuff, so on.
I like anything and acting does it, as Bob says, when it's good. Anything that makes you totally immersed in the one thing that you're doing so that you forget everything else in that moment, you know? I love it with that. Motorcycles do that for me as well. Getting on a motorcycle, going around a racetrack, oh my God, that is just that's bliss. And then, as Bob says, you know, hanging out with my family as well. And my dog, and Bob's beautiful dog who's sitting right there, who appears in the film.
How can I know this is you really in the picture?
Well, I'm the doctor. She's the nurse. He's the attorney. We all met in Belgium, which, if you recall, is where we met for the first time.
Really great directors, right, always have a very unique vision, a very singular. And David always amazes me in how he's able to do exactly what you just said, to bring a real sense of joy and entertainment to very serious topics, but keep it optimistic, and that's the whole point of this. And to be able to have such a phenomenal cast as this, and the enjoyment of relishing in the beautiful work that everybody does here. And for me, getting to see when David was telling me, oh, Bob was on now, and Michael Shannon, and everybody coming on was just, you know, stunning. But to have those moments of, oh, look at that, but also absolutely be embedded in the story and believe it, you know? I think that's something that I don't know of any other director who does it quite the way that David does, because he loves it.
Somebody's trying to do something dark and treacherous.
Try to be optimistic.
Hey, look, Bob's an absolutely fantastic man, but I'm still slightly sitting here going, I'm the small town English Pratt who can't believe I'm sitting here next to someone who's made possibly more iconic and seminal films than anybody. You know, he's a bedrock of what it means, you know, of what cinema is. So, I mean, I could list tons of them. The number of times I watched Angel Heart as a kid, you know, watching Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, watching Bob's work with David, watching Analyze This, watching, you know, oh my God, Goodfellas, Casino. It goes on and on. A little film called Godfather 2, Midnight Run. You know, I'm going to kick myself for the ones I haven't mentioned. Once Upon a Time in America. I mean, oh my God.
Every movie Christian does is great. He's great. He's a wonderful, wonderful actor. I have such respect for him and what he's able to do. So he's, I don't know how he does it.
One thing that
I'm
David,
serious, I don't know how he does it.
Thank you, mate, thank you, I do appreciate that. And one thing that David often tells me is, I don't watch that many films, right? And he often refers to films, and he's like, oh, of course that. And I go, David, I never saw that. And he says to me, oh, you're just like Bob. Bob's always coming. You haven't seen it either.